fool a bitch. It's like I have no recollection of the event in question. Yeah. All right. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of your favorite motherfucking podcast, the No Chaser Podcast. We out here. I'm Timothy De La Ghetto.
I'm Ricky Shucks.
And I'm Nikki Blades.
And look, okay, so I've always been talking about this Clase Azul tequila reposado with the... Ring the bell, Nikki.
Ah, shit.
Wow. What happened?
Wow.
It's broken.
Wow. It's not on all the way or something.
Oh, jeez.
There we go. Cheers, Nikki, to you and to the whole show. Cheers to everyone here. I'm gonna introduce my guests. Cheers.
You damn alcoholics.
All right, so cheers, because we got a lovely guest in the building today. We got Shannon Boodram.
Yes.
What's up, man? How are you? YouTuber, sexologist, expert on everything.
Yes. I don't want to do this, but it's Boodram.
Is it?
I didn't want to do it.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is.
I thought that was wrong.
That's why I go by Booty for this exact moment. You know
Smart.
what I mean? We made it though.
I'm going to go ahead and tell you that you're wrong.
I'm going to definitely think that your last name is still Chaturanga. So it's fair. It's 100% fair.
Wow.
I used to call you Boodram, and you made fun of me.
That's not true. You made this up.
No, you made fun of me. No, because you did like a dram. And you like made fun of me a little bit, so I was like, "Oh, maybe it's not dram."
Maybe you drummed it. I think you drummed it.
No,
a lot of people boo drum it.
Wait, no. Here's what was going on. You said Boodram, and he said Boodram. Which one is it?
It's Boodram.
Boodram.
Yeah.
The fuck, man? I don't know.
You're pronouncing it like B-U-D-H. Like
yeah, you just said it. You just said it different.
Boodram. It's Boodram.
Dram.
You got it.
That's weird.
Can I just call you Booty?
I
don't want to get in.
I
don't want to
Dram.
get. You know what I mean? Like
Dram.
All right. Well, that brings us to this question. Well, first of all, how are you?
Excellent. I'm doing really, really great. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be with you guys, my friends. Haven't seen you since my wedding.
I know.
Which before that, I didn't see you since your wedding.
I know. Well, shit. Wedding twins.
Hey.
And your wedding was beautiful, by the way.
Your wedding was beautiful, by the way.
Oh my God. Everybody's
Thank
wedding
you.
was beautiful. Right? How was yours? Oh, wait. We haven't had one. So we're going to stay out of this combo.
No pressure. Well, y'all let us know when y'all are going to get married too.
You try to get me shot.
I was like, you know what happened
You try to
last
get
time?
me
We ain't trying to
killed.
deal with this,
You
Tim.
know I have to go after
doing more
this.
episodes,
You wanna
okay?
get me killed.
I'm going to be sitting on the other side because of your smart ass mouth.
Oh my God.
Shit, every damn time.
Anyways, enough with the single folk. Back
to the losers who are dumb enough to get married.
Wow.
Let's go.
Well, speaking of your last name, are you taking his last name?
I did, yeah.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
What's his last name?
Brady.
So
Yeah.
are you yeah.
No, I've changed my middle name to Boodram.
What?
Which is like the new hyphenation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because my middle name was so waste. It was like
Okay,
a waste.
what's the middle name?
It was Teresa.
Oh, yeah. What a waste, man.
It was a waste, yeah.
Waste.
Yeah,
Guan with that.
I really thought y'all was gonna be like progressive and just combine it and just be Boodrady.
Oh, first of all, congratulations on that very quick combination. That was really
Braidram.
smart. Okay, couldn't let him have his moment.
Oh no, Braidram.
Braidram.
So you've decided to take the last name.
Yes, is Chia Chaturanga?
No. My last name is Chantarangsu.
It sounds like we're doing yoga poses over here.
Yeah, hit the chaturanga real quick. All right, we're gonna downward dog into chaturanga. No, she says she may eventually, but the thing about it is,
she can't spell it.
She can't spell it. It's just, and she hates it. No, the thing about it is, she's really close to her dad and her like culture, and I understand that she kind of doesn't necessarily want to let go of her last name, which is very Habesha, which is very Eritrean. Her name Hapti, which is like whenever people hear her last name, they're like, "Oh, are you Habesha? Are you Eritrean? Are you Ethiopian?"
Yeah.
So she doesn't necessarily want to let go of it yet, but she says maybe eventually she'll hyphenate. But
that's gonna be no good.
the thing about it is, I got a long ass last name already,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
I mean, but I don't think that I could give up my last name.
Right.
I really don't. Like, everything inside of me, no matter what, I don't know if I could give it up.
Yeah, like how do you give up Blades?
Blades.
Like,
That's fucking cool as shit.
And it's really my last.
That's her
like, my
fucking
name.
government last name.
It's Blades.
That
so.
is fucking great.
Thank
I'm
you.
still keeping my name publicly, but
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
switching it up.
Yeah.
I honestly think that my husband's incentive for getting married was so low. But the name thing was like, oh, I could fuck with that. So it was like throwing something in the pot for him. You know what I mean?
See, and that's the thing too, right? It's like, not gonna lie, I was a little salty at first. I was like, "You're not gonna take my last name? This is part of it. I paid all that for the ring and the wedding. I own you now, and you're not gonna take my."
That's why I'm
And there's
keeping
no
mine.
proof of me owning you?
Right there. Blade stays for that reason.
You weren't sure before. Now you're fucking.
I was like,
positive.
you know what? You ain't owning shit. You
Nah,
better
but
hyphenate.
like but I also I understand, right? And I was like, but look, our kids are gonna be fucking chantarangsus. I don't
Hey,
care.
Yeah, that's a different conversation when it comes to
Yeah.
Because
children.
at the end of the day, you're De La Ghetto as your last name to
I
most of the
mean,
world. So yeah.
Branding.
I carry my mom's last name, actually.
Oh,
Yeah,
is what?
so Blades. Blades is my mom's last name. Moore is my dad's. And up until I was about 18, I always thought my last name was Moore. Like, I didn't even know. So my mom's last name, she carries, I have 2 older half-sisters. So she carries Barquez for them. And then my
Oh,
dad
that's
is
lovely.
Moore.
Oh my god, I'm confused.
It's really confusing. But that's even more reason for me is I asked my dad if I could keep my last name.
Asshole.
Like,
Yeah.
I asked my dad if he mind that when I went and said I was Nikki Blades, would he mind? Like, would he feel offended that I don't have my dad's last name? And he's like, no, that's what you look like. So it's your name, embrace it. So when
Yeah.
I get married, that's gonna stay.
Let's go. Oh, you just
So
married.
leave
Are you
Chia
shucks? Are you shucks for real, or that's made up?
What?
That's a real question,
I
guys.
was like, here we go.
You know my last name, Shannon. No, it's not Shucks. So ridiculous.
I mean, she's Blades. Like, it's not.
It's real.
Unfeasible.
Now Shucks is stupid. we were going to Universal. Somebody tagged Shucks on the freeway. I was
Oh
like,
my
what a
goodness.
stupid thing to tag. I'm gonna start calling myself that. That's
Yeah.
literally where it came from.
Nah, he was Rick Rude before.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the alias.
More appropriate.
Wow.
All right, so Boodram, what's good? What you been working on? What's new with you?
I got a book coming out. Is that for me? Is that my moment?
I think.
Okay,
I
We
mean,
don't really close with that, but sure, we can give it early.
Yeah, I don't know why you asked
I don't know.
earlier.
He just like, you know,
trying to
he
get
just
rid
gonna
of
mess
you.
up the whole thing. He said,
All
this
right,
could be
so,
a real short interview. Let's just get to the good stuff.
Anything
Promote
you wanna plug
yourself.
before you go?
All right.
Well, I
we
just-
got a wardrobe change.
I wanted to get into some life shit before we got into the. I mean, yeah, but we can talk about the book. Let's talk about the book while we're here.
It's called The Game of Desire. It's essentially teaching women how to be attractive, how to be sirens, how to get who they want. So it's like putting women in the driver's seat of their love life and giving them the tools to fucking crush it, which is like similar to pickup artistry for
Okay.
men. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, that's what the book is
So
about.
okay. So check this
I
out.
wanted you as a special guest. I never worked out for some reason.
Oh, we had some type of scheduling conflict. That
because
was
game recognized game.
yeah. I mean, true. Because yeah.
Shining
Not
example.
acknowledge anymore.
Damn, just one shot, Tim. It was only one.
Well, no, because here's the thing. I was gonna say that for women, I feel like, do you necessarily have to give examples of how to be attractive because y'all get approached so much, right? So I'm gonna
Who's y'all though?
No, well, I'm asking you now, like, what, like, explain the angle of your book, because I feel like women low key get like will complain about like, yo, I'm tired of dudes coming up to me, right? So who is your book for?
It's for the person who feels like they're getting the short end of the stick,
Mm-hmm.
who feels like they're left out of the narrative of happily ever after, or of that exact narrative. Like, oh, there's so many people just approaching me constantly.
Right.
Or the person who feels like, yeah, like it's not that easy for me.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, a lot of people, just because a lot of dudes approach you doesn't mean it's the kind of dude that you want.
Yeah.
Right.
Doesn't mean it's the person or male or female that you're looking for. So it's a set of skills that everybody should learn. It's just really how to be charming.
What were you gonna have me do in your book?
Talk to the women about what it is that you do or what you look for in women, or like what can make hold your interest from that perspective. It's really about like, if it's a girl comes up to you, starts a conversation, or you see somebody, you have a conversation with them, what is it that they do that makes them special or stand out to you?
Okay, I got you. Shit, you should have put me in it.
Listen, okay? Listen, just got invited to your house 2 minutes ago. You've been there for 2 years.
Well, damn. Okay, so what would you say is like, going off your book, what would you say is the biggest issue for women who aren't getting approached by the men that they would like to be approached by?
I mean, it's approachability. It's like when you look really hot, you have a certain essence to you, expect to be spoken to. You're going to lag behind in the group. You're going to be the one who's like laughing extra much to get attention to yourself. And so because you have that confidence, people might be drawn to it. If you lack that confidence, people, one, have a hard time approaching people anyways, but two, they're going to feel less inclined to spot you and to go up to you. So it's just, I actually honestly believe women should be approaching. That's my number one thing.
Really?
If I
Number
see
one.
it, I'm telling you, every
Number
dude
one.
that I was like, you now. They're like, what? I'm like, yep, you've been chosen. Come here. Come sit with me, sir.
You've been
I
chosen.
really
That's
have.
hilarious.
If I find a guy, like, if I'm like, oh man, there's one story that I just shared the other day, and it was like my 23rd birthday, and I was out with one of my good friends, Genevieve Chanel, and we were at this club, and just the two of us, and I was like, wow. I looked up and I saw the DJ at the time, and I said,
Hey, yo.
yeah. I looked up and I said, I don't know what it is. I was like, I don't know what it is. I didn't know what his mix was, any of that. But I said, that's what I want for my birthday. And I looked at my friend and I said, figure it out. And I was like,
wow.
Figure it out. Like, somehow get him to come over here. Like, I already set my sights on that. And that ended up being one of, like, the coolest people I've ever met
Oh, it
in
got
my
figured.
life. Yeah,
But did
it
you smash though?
No, I did, and I didn't, because that wasn't my intention. Like, my goal with them, it wasn't my intention. But there are some people where you're like,
So you just hunting
man.
for sport. You fishing and throwing the fish back
Now,
and shit.
if I've ever looked at a dude like that's what I want, I didn't even have to talk. I already gave you eye contact. You knew what I wanted when I looked at you.
I mean, and here's the thing, right? I feel like that's high key the benefit of being a lady, because like, and but it'll fuck guys up, because guys will be like, yo, this girl just gave me 2 seconds of eye contact. I think she wants the dick.
Yeah. It's the benefit of being a lady and the annoyingness of being a lady,
Yes.
because sometimes y'all look just to look.
Right.
And dudes are left to figure out,
I can't
was
see
that a
far.
she want me look, or did we just met eyes?
Yeah.
Because if you the guy who's like, oh, she looked at me, oh, she said hi, she wants to do.
You don't want to be that
Yeah,
guy,
man,
right?
don't want to be.
Man, today, just even coming here, I was leaving the hotel and there's 4 to 5 guys standing. I was so mad at Tim. He did not help me at all. So there's about 5 guys standing outside the hotel. And when I tell you, I didn't even mean to look up, but I accidentally made eye contact. And he said, I love you. I was like, oh, shit. And I'm like going and I'm like, Tim, open up, hurry up, pop the trunk. For some reason, he forgot how to pop his trunk. Like, all of a
I
sudden.
know.
And Tim was like, huh, no, that dude's talking to you.
And I'm like,
No, he said something.
Tim, help me, get me in the car. And they're still talking. I'm like, Tim, oh my God.
Correction, I did not forget how to pop my trunk from the inside. I don't know how to pop my trunk.
I never knew.
So I'm
You know
standing.
what? This brings me to a side point. So we spoke
Yes.
to a bunch of experts in the book, and one of them was JT Tran. He is like the #1 Asian male dating coach,
Okay.
because he says that Asian men the most are like need that assistance, that boost of confidence to learn. Right?
I get questions all the time.
So
yeah.
did you get offended just then? There was a bunch of dudes trying to holler at a girl that you're walking with. Is that constant?
I wasn't.
No,
I
he
was in.
wasn't.
I was in my car.
And I was looking at him like, save me. Like, I need you to get
But-
out the car now.
But going off your question, there was definitely times in New York, right? Because look, from my experience, East Coast dudes are high key aggressive. All right, they do not care. But look, as y'all can tell, and as you've seen possibly in videos, I'm not a large person. I'm not a tall dude. And I've definitely been walking down the streets of New York with a girl who I was obviously canoodling with in some type of way. And a dude one time was literally in front of us, right? We were walking. Dude turned around, was backwards walking at us, talking about, hey, yo, ma, what's good? Blah, blah, blah. I'm looking like, really, bro? Really?
Excuse me, sir.
Like, I realize I'm not an intimidating dude, but
I'm here.
chill.
Did
And
you have to rail up, or you were just
acknowledge
like,
me.
no, I mean,
Babe, let's go.
Well, I was just kind of like, yeah, right. But luckily for me, like, the girl wasn't paying him no mind, and she was respectful of me and what it was, but also it was kind of like, but you do feel a little, obviously you feel a little disrespected, you know what I'm saying? And I've had it was a situation where I was in New York, and a dude was I was walking with a Dominican chick who I was dealing with at the time, and a dude saw us walking together, and he started speaking Spanish, and she said some shit to him. I was like, what'd he say? She's like, don't worry about it. I was like, no, what'd he say? And she was like, he said you should get rid of real man, blah blah blah. lie. So it was definitely like
shots
straight,
fired.
disrespect in front of
Yes.
me.
Yeah, but he's soft because he said it in a language he knew you couldn't hear.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Okay, well, now I have a question for you. Being in a situation where you're walking with your dude, how do you deflect somebody approaching you while you're with your man and not get them in an altercation? Because you easily say the wrong thing, and now two dudes are over here about to fight over for no reason just because the ego came out. So,
I mean, like, I think like ignore or turn or walk away or just be like, oh, we're on a date right now.
have you ever had a super aggressive dude like one like that just really
I've never
come
had that experience. I think it's
Really?
like it could be unique again. Like it depends on people will try who they think they can try it with, right? So I haven't had that unique experience in that regard. But at the end of the day, there's an ideal that Asian men in particular are weaker, and so that is something that like the guy that I was speaking to, the coach, was saying that he came up against a lot. So I just thought maybe that you could relate, which you could.
Yeah, no, I could. I mean, of course, there's definitely like, you know, not only because I'm Asian, but also because like I'm not a big dude. You know, I feel like dudes might be a little more bold. But then like at the end of the day, I never felt the need to like boss up on anybody because she's still leaving with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm still like fucking with at the end of the night. It was never my energy to have to like confront somebody on some the fuck is your problem shit, because I always kind of knew what it was. You know, I never had a problem to feel, I never had a reason to feel threatened. Yeah. So I was chilling most of the time. But also part of me, like when you bring that up, feels like, oh, like, is it because, you know, Asian dudes are so passive? Like, should I boss up? You know what I'm saying? To be like, yo, this is disrespectful, bro. Disrespectful, bro.
How dare you?
But at the same time, it's like, for what?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like, for what?
For your fellow Asian brothers. That's really what the for what is.
I
but-
think, I mean, I'm significantly taller than Tim, and I was just like, Tim, get out the car, help me. Like, don't leave me standing out here. Like, I don't give a shit how tall you, whatever, you big enough to me. Come here, let them know I am not by myself. I am
I got one already.
Get on the back. Listen,
lifted him.
yes, get on the back, Tim. Let them know. You see this car? I'm over here hyping up my friend. Like, no, I'm good. He got me. He's my ride. I don't need you. No, I don't want to get married. Thank you so much, sir, for your offer. But Tim, open up the door.
Proposals on the screen.
Yes, no, eye contact
There's
said I
levels.
love you. And then as I was walking, I was like, yo, Tim, can you pop the trunk? Like, hurry up, hurry up.
So
And it wasn't happening. And I was like, oh my God, Tim, just get out the car. At least something, like, just let them know that it's not a girl I'm getting in the car with to where they want to follow. Dudes are relentless. I've had guys follow me to my car, knock on the window. I've had them pull. I've literally been in situations where I was like, just somebody, I've taken my boss before and said, it gets crazy at times. I'm just going to grab your arm. Don't think anything of it. Just, I put my head down. You just walk. Like, don't make eye contact. Just walk away.
So what's the most disrespectful way a dude has tried to holler at you?
You know what, guys? I can't relate to none of this.
Really?
It's so
Really?
crazy.
Why?
I do not inspire crazy out of people.
Really?
Yeah, like even every breakup I've had, I just never hear from them again. Like it's
Yeah.
never like I loved you, girl. Like it just, I
Oh.
don't inspire any type of like radical craziness.
Interesting.
And I
Maybe it's
was-
because you wear glasses.
It's because of the way she walks.
Recently, what are you trying to say about my walk?
You have a very businessy walk.
Okay, I
Like,
might switch it up on you.
You
then.
you don't look like
Damn,
the
so
girl
what am I
that
walking
you
like?
holler at.
I'm walking like,
You got a club walk.
Do something crazy. They're like, she look crazy. I'm over here like, yes, I like them crazy. Hello.
Your walk says, y'all ain't gonna try to talk to me? Y'all don't see me right here?
Well, look, not gonna lie. On the
That's
flip
what I was
side,
coming
there was one time I was having some lunch with a homegirl, right? And the waitress was talking to me in a way that I felt like, is this girl flirting with me? But I didn't want to be that dude that was like, you see that girl flirting with me? She was all in my eyes and shit. So I left. I didn't say shit. But the waitress left, and my homegirl was like, that was weird. Was she like, and I was like, oh, you felt that too? Okay, you felt that too. Cool. So I was like, let me ask you something. Do you feel disrespected? Do you feel salty at all? She's like, huh. Oh, I guess I didn't think about it, right? So I'm like, all right, let me see something. So the waitress came back. So now I'm a little more in her eyes and shit, but I didn't say shit. I'm just kind of talking to her like whatever, right? I'm communicating, but I'm in her eyes, right? So the waitress, definitely flirting at this point, walks off, and my homegirl's like, yeah, I'm salty. Yeah, that was disrespectful. I'm like, oh shit.
See, I don't agree with that.
Really?
I mean, this goes to, I would love to ask a question of you guys. I love it when people flirt with my man. I love that
in front
shit.
of you.
I love that shit. I really do. I like when people like him. We go out separately a lot. If he comes home, like, people thought you were hot though, right? Did someone think you were hot? Did someone try to holler? Like,
I mean,
That's
I want to
funny.
make sure I'm not the only person who thinks this, but I love it. I think it's really hot.
I get that, but I don't think I would like flirting in front of me. Nah, I don't think, because like I said,
But there's levels. The difference between like, can I holler at you in Spanish and then talk shit about the dude that you're with,
Right.
and then there's like, oh, what you having the special?
Well, because check this out. What I did like, I was gonna say when I was talking about the New York dudes in Vegas, these were the most respectful. Yo, bitch is hot dudes I've ever come across, because literally I was walking with Chia in Vegas one day and these dudes were like, damn, where you get her? Where you get her? Where can I find one?
Hey,
And I'm
homie,
like,
put me on.
I was like, bruh,
She
Canada. And I did not feel disrespected at all, but it was like a big ups, you
Yeah.
feel me?
Yes.
New York dudes mad disrespectful, but the Vegas dudes were like, hey, thank you, right? So I see what you're saying was like, yes, acknowledge that my chick is hot and I got a hot chick, but at the same time, if I was grubbing and the waiter was all in her eyes, like, you know what I'm saying, like, what kind of bread you want, you know what I'm saying, I'd be like, yo, get the
You
fuck
want
out of here,
extra
bro.
sausage. I wouldn't be a fan of that. Like flirting in front of me, no. But I'm not like I don't care if people find her attractive. Motherfuckers is in her comments all the time,
Yeah.
just straight proposing dates and shit like that. I don't care. But in front of me, I would feel disrespected.
What would you do?
I'm not sure
Crying all alone on the bedroom floor.
because he's hungry.
All right, you try to.
Well, I'm not gonna sleep with a man for a little bit of money. That's for sure. But yeah, I don't know. So that's always a weird situation for me. I hope it doesn't happen because like I'm not a small dude. I'm not tall, but I'm not a small dude.
You're
So
not.
I'm like,
And
am
you're
I
black.
wrong? Yeah.
Yeah.
And will I be
case
looked
anyone
at
didn't know.
as wrong if I go at it on some fuck you looking at, what you who you talking to type shit,
Right.
and then get into an altercation?
It doesn't have to be verbal though. Just the same way that the flirtation is nonverbal, like bossing up is also nonverbal as well too. Like making it clear you're not comfortable with the way someone's interacting with the person can also be a nonverbal thing, and that could be hot for your partner too.
Oh
Yeah.
hell yeah! If
But
you don't
I-
let
but-
somebody flirt with me right in front of you, I'm over
But-
here like.
It's really hard to toe that line.
Right, because you also don't want to be that dude where your chick is just talking to somebody and you're like, put the arm around like, those motherfuckers are corny.
But I feel like some girls like that though.
I don't like girls that like that.
To a certain extent, because I know what I deal with, and with anybody that I am dealing with, they do understand how the energy is. So a certain level of, I know you coming home with me again. I can walk away from you and not worry. But there are times where I'm a little bit like, yo, where are you going? Don't go. I'm gonna need you to stay a little bit, be a little bit more protective tonight. Like sometimes I'm like, I don't want to have to deal with maybe something happening or dealing with a disrespectful dude, because
Right.
I feel insulted when a dude disrespects my dude,
Yeah.
and I'm a little bit more aggressive. So I'd be like, don't do that, and then now I have an attitude.
Yeah, I mean, look, okay, so look, I feel like I'm down for the hand on the small of the back, let's go. But the arm, these motherfuckers are so lame, man.
And let me show that I'm with her.
I
That shit.
hate those dudes.
I feel like that's young.
So while we're on the same topic, so you know you've done YouTube videos about how like when y'all were
I do YouTube.
Yeah, Shannon does YouTube videos if you ain't know. She's done videos about how like you guys like were in an open relationship or are in an open relationship now that you're married. What's up with that? What's the deal with that?
We kind of like, we're on the spectrum, and we always have been on the spectrum. And so I feel like when we use the term open, what we really mean is that like you're an adult, your decisions are yours. Not necessarily that we're constantly seeking out people to fuck or like we're in that, but it's just like ultimately I'm not going to be like, you're not allowed to. There is
Right.
no you're not allowed to anything. He's allowed to go get a motorcycle tomorrow. Would I like it? Probably not. Or maybe I would. I'm not sure. But ultimately it's like it's your decision. So when we decided to get married, that had worked so wonderfully for us. And like it depends. Like there's a spectrum. Like no, we've never had sex with other people, but did I spend 3 hours on the phone with a dude last week who I think is really cool? Like, yeah.
Right.
Am I gonna go on a date with him? Maybe not. Who knows? But
Right.
so I would put it on the like.
Like
Yeah.
I've seen your videos, and I definitely have been a fan of how you speak and some of the topics that you touch on. And you also now getting involved with the open relationship conversation. The way you two are so secure with yourselves and with your partners to even take that step, it makes you, as somebody on the outside, kind of go, maybe I need to work on myself a little bit more. Because sometimes, especially when we talk about it, I go, I see exactly what you're saying, but something inside of me just won't let that happen.
I mean,
Right.
it's
I'm
what
like,
the world taught you. It's not really something wrong with you. It's what we've all been taught. That.
Right.
It's just certain people kind of start thinking for themselves. Not saying that you're not.
Oh no! I mean,
Certain elevated people start
Some people
separating
smart.
themselves from the sheep.
Some people are intelligent.
culturally, like I come from a Hawaiian Asian background, and I'm talking about domestic violence is one of the biggest things I've seen growing up, and possessive and seeing ownership. So for me, that little bit of that I have that I'm like, ooh, that reminds me of something that I saw growing up, to where you have to acknowledge, like, damn it, I got some self-work I gotta do. That's not okay. You're not supposed to like the crazy dude for telling you, like, I'm never leaving you, and you're like, oh my God, thanks, and you're like, no, nigga, that ain't cute.
But sometimes, I mean, like, just acknowledging it and saying that you like it, I think is massive, because people don't even really know why. And we can look, I like a lot of shitty food, you know what I mean? Like, I think discipline is a sliding spectrum, right? Like, I know for me, for example, when it comes to free food, I have no holds barred. I've seen people act so classy when they hand out the food tray, and I'm like, one day I will take 7. So it depends on where. For me, I've always been disciplined around dick for years and years and years. It's never been like,
even if it's
disciplined.
free.
Well, dick free.
Even if it's free
Dick on a platter.
When I was single, I mean, I've been in LA for 5 years. My husband's the only person I've had sex with. We've only been together for 3 of those years. Yeah.
And the whole time you've been in LA?
The whole time. I mean, the only person
She
I've
would
had
always like fly
penetrative
out
sex.
of LA to
Right, exactly. Red Rock. We fly to the border. But so I think it just depends. Like, it's not, for me, it's like me and my partner, I know who he is, I know who I am. It's not that big of a stretch for us to say, like, do what you want, because even when we were single, what we wanted to do, I don't think was massively disrespectful or problematic or dangerous.
Right.
So I would say it depends. I don't look at anybody who was like, no, like, monogamy fits me. I like it. I feel comfortable. Yeah. And like, I need that extra bit of boundary and security to feel good. I'm like, yeah, I totally know yourself, know what turns you on, what you can handle in a relationship, and go from there.
How's that marriage life treating you?
So good. I mean, you know what it is? I feel like it's so good, but I got married because my relationship was so dope. Okay. So my marriage is the same shit. Yeah. It's no different. You know what I mean? I think people want me to say something like, it's so much better. The love we share. Right. It's not. It's this exact same shit.
They turned you into Kermit real quick.
It's so much better. Shannon, the wife here.
Why do you guys have great Kermit impersonations?
That's all we do.
It's amazing.
That's all we do.
It's every episode.
We've done it a couple times. Yeah, no, my Miss Piggy's nice too. Kermit.
Yeah, I can't do that one.
Okay, so that brings us to a question. Somebody asked you, what is better, pre or post marriage sex? Which is better?
I'm gonna say, with an unpopular opinion, pre 100%.
What changed?
And
Jared, don't watch.
What changed?
I mean, when we first got together, the intention was great fucking. Like, that was the literal intention. He would come over, it's candles, it's scented body lotions, it's matching bra and underwear. I'm like, how can I turn this dude out? Like, that is literally the intention. The focus is on that. And now the focus is on, like, living, coexisting, supporting, loving, walking, working out, eating, cooking, calling your mom for her birthday. So, like, sex is the thing that you kind of do at the end of the day. Whereas, like, like when we went to Costa Rica, we had amazing sex. But, like, again, the intention was like, we're going on a trip to fuck.
That's facts.
That's what we are doing.
But average marriage sex is like, nah, it's not.
It's like, well, it's 8:30. I just ate, so maybe 9:25.
Man, look, it's crazy how real that is, because, like, you know, when people ask me how's marriage and I say it's pretty lit, like, it's not because, like, oh shit, it's so much more passionate and shit. It's, I tell people, because, like, yo, I go to bed earlier now. I drink more water. I come home and there's healthy food for me. My life is more structured now.
I'm a better person because
you're from the Midwest.
Yeah. And that's just how it happens, don't you know? I mean, well, she's from Regina, so there's a little bit of I
haven't booked that on her, and I have a very strong ear for the Canadian accent.
Yeah, I mean, it only comes out sometimes. Yeah, sometimes
when she talks.
When she gets mad, that'd be the best.
When she gets excited is when the Canadian comes out a little bit. But yeah, that's facts, because I mean, it's a different situation when you are in, like, courtship mode. You know what I'm saying? Because even though, like, look, of course, you know, we're married now, so, like, we love each other. It's definitely, like, you know, we've hit another. It's like, you've hit this level of, it's like, oh, this is super official, right? This is like marriage love now, you know? But it also feels like, oh shit, you know, because marriage is, you know, it's essentially like it's a business deal, right? So it's like you feel like, oh shit, okay, yeah, like this is locked down. You're here now in America legally because I've done this.
Don't you forget that.
And
Reminder, you're welcome.
Right. So it's like in terms of like the romantic side, it doesn't really add anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unpopular opinion because everybody wants to hear that, like, no, we have like these sessions where we just bond for days, and it's just not at that at all.
That's an
we got
unpopular
home
fact.
from the club
Right,
last
I was like,
night, and it was like 1:30, which is late for us. So we got home from the club, and then we were both too tired to shower. Like that's what it was at.
God.
Like too tired to shower, and then he was like trying to like come on to me. I'm like, are you trying to have sex right now? And then he was like, yeah, but I'm like, but we didn't even shower. He's like, but we're married. I'm like, that sucks.
Ew.
Damn, did you just drop that on me right now? Like, am I just supposed to be like,
sucks.
fine?
No, what he was saying was we
Like,
don't have
worry,
to be
who cares?
disgusted by each
we
other.
can just be
We're
whatever.
married.
We're married. Yeah, it's okay.
Gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all are disgusting.
No, but also when you on your super single shit, it's like when you at the club and it's like, oh shit, I might fuck somebody right after the club. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's probably like, well, we were at the club, so we supposed to have sex.
Yeah, what were y'all doing at the
Shower
club?
club.
That's
Yeah, it's
weird.
It was not. We had a nice time. It was very
How is
cute.
that weird?
Felt very cute.
Did you
They're
go?
married.
Sometimes I wish people followed me around and covered how cute my relationship is.
Oh God.
I'm one of those like, oh fuck.
Why is anyone capturing
Do
how
I have
adorable?
to do that too? Yo, y'all are part of the reason why dudes nowadays are like, you don't want to post me? It's like, oh fuck.
Did you go to that Sky Bar thing the other night?
I tried to go. This is the thing. I have, you know how you're talking about like dudes just come up to you.
Yeah.
It's just maybe my energy, which is like this book in many ways is for me because I just have such a like, I was beaten into my head, you're not special, like from a kid. And not in a mean way. You guys met my dad. He's like, just kind of an asshole in a
funny.
in a loving way.
Yeah.
But like that's the thing, you're not special. And so we go to the club and there's a lineup and the lineup wasn't that long. I'm like, we should get in line. And then we get in line and then the line's taking forever to get in. And then now I don't feel good about going to the front because they saw me in the lineup. It was just this big thing and I was like, we have to just leave.
Yeah, no, I feel
That's
that.
funny.
Well, here's the thing. I feel that
I'm over here,
100%.
I'm like, oh, line? You had to wait in the
Right.
line? I'm like,
Yeah, I was-
oh
now
my God.
With your club walk, 20 dudes dropping rose petals and rings.
No.
I'm just like this. Like, you saw me here, sir. Like, let me to the front. Come
Right.
on, babe.
Check
Come
this
on,
out.
babe. Like, we getting in the club. Like, that's just,
Well,
but I'm very...
These are big facts because I went to that event and me and Chia showed up around 10, right?
Yeah.
Not knowing that that's like super fucking early, I guess, because we got invited and we showed up and she saw the line. She's like, we gotta get in line. I was like, God, I sure hope not. And as we're walking, the dude that hit me for the event was like, yo, come this way.
Was it
So I
Mike?
Huh?
Was it Mike or not?
No, it was another dude.
Okay,
No, not Mike, not DJ Mike. No. So I got to the event and I was like, bruh, thank God, because I was not about to be waiting outside with the fucking commoners, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like such
Shannon.
an asshole. Like,
That
you're
was
like,
me.
you're waiting there. And I'm like, I can't. And I just had a conversation with a friend of mine because in the Bay Area, I've been in the nightlife industry for a long time and I started modeling. I pretty much came out like 5'9". I've been tall my whole life. So it was like playing sports, model. Like my family used to make me do walks. I learned how to walk in heels. My dad said the most unattractive thing on a female is watching her not being able to walk. You're not like, he's
And
like,
now you got a club
you're
walk.
gonna, you know, when I walk in, I do go, my chest comes up. I walk very
Yes.
proud when I go through because I'm also 6'2". You can't be ducking down at 6'2" walking through the club. Everyone saw you walk in. So my biggest thing was acknowledging that people are going to look at you and that's what it is. You attract a lot of attention and what you do with it is what you do, but to not shy away because sometimes it gets really scary. Like I used to get really bad social anxiety because I can't hide. Like I walk
Right.
in and you saw me, period.
Yeah.
So
with your tall ass.
I know. Here we go. Next clip for my
With
Instagram.
your long ass
body,
body.
Amazonian arms. That's why you insensitive.
Is this you sneakily asking for flats for Christmas right now?
I'm in slides. Like after every damn podcast, Tim talking about how tall I am. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna show up in fucking slides.
she's
from now
asking
You gotta
us
give her a
to-
complex.
she wants us to wear platforms to the
on. Like
studio.
step up, shit.
Put lifts.
You see me? I'm just like lowering the seat. I'm confident in my height though. I love being tall. I like
tall.
walking in.
I like seeing dudes in heels, just as a side note.
Really?
Stop.
Yeah, I like seeing dudes in little platform. I'm like, good for you.
Why?
Because why not? If it's more important to men to be tall than it is to be women.
Like
so if
ro-
anybody should be getting that extra bit of height, I think it's
But
some, like,
I feel
Prince.
like, doesn't that make you think like, oh, this motherfucker's insecure about his height?
no, I'm like
Prince wore
this guy's
heels.
proactive, doing something about life, getting what he wants. Yeah, I
I
like
think
it.
you might be alone.
I might be. I mean, they're sold in stores, so I can't be.
I mean,
motherfuckers who
as
like
far
it.
as girls who like it, dudes definitely use them, but I don't think many girls are like, I see you out
think,
here trying to hide on us. I see
bit.
you.
I would have been like, lies. We was the same height, and all of a sudden you are not 6'2".
You take your shoe off, you
slump down. You see me taking them home at the end of the night. Like, the fuck is this?
As a not tall man, I feel like I'd rather be the I'm gonna embrace my short over the I'm gonna wear platforms.
That's a lie.
Thank you.
I mean,
I would be discouraged. I'd be like, what?
Well, there's levels. There's Tims and there's platforms.
Oh, I like Tim's.
Yeah, I'm talking more
thank you.
about.
But those definitely make you taller. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I mean okay. Look,
Oh, I never thought about that.
I'll wear some Timbs or some Air Maxes if I feel like being a little taller. Yeah.
Slight lift. Okay, I see
Just
it
a
now.
little half an inch. You know what I'm saying?
Funny.
Book. When is your book drop?
July 23rd. Thank you for asking. It means a lot.
That is. I mean, okay. So like, how? So I'm sure with your brand and what you do, you get asked by the kiddies all the time for advice on sex and relationships. What would you say is what do you get asked most about?
Mostly it's like some iteration of I'm in a shitty situation. Is this acceptable shit or super shitty shit? That's like probably the majority of the long questions. And I love it because they always come in like paragraphs because Instagram has a like limit on what you could do. It's like 17 of those to get down to the like, so is this normal? Am I happy or should I stay or should I go?
Right. It's always kind of the same answer, right?
Yeah. A lot of like, how do I orgasm or can I orgasm this way? A lot of women who are just like, I orgasm one way, but I want to do it 5 more other ways. How can I accomplish that? So a lot of people like just are those ones I think in general.
Well, since you brought that up, what do you think is the biggest thing that holds a lot of women back from having an orgasm?
Accepting what works for you. I think that like this pressure, I hate the culture of the pressure of like there's the A spot, there's the U spot, there's the G spot, there's a full body orgasm, there's a nipple orgasm, there's a clitoral orgasm, and there's a full, it's just like, bro, like whatever you experience pleasure, let that be enough for you. Dudes, most dudes just know their dick. Like they never took an interest to be like, well, just my armpit orgasm too, and if it does, then am I less of a man? So if I don't orgasm 5 times, is my orgasm not as good? So I just think embrace what feels good for you, play with that. Once you find that, live in that. Always, I mean, sexuality is about exploring and finding new erogenous zones, but don't discount the one that you have or think that's not enough.
Yeah, but also stay away from armpits.
Your armpits or all armpits?
My armpits in particular.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm extremely ticklish.
You're anti-foreplay, right?
I promised Shannon before this I wouldn't fight her on a lot of things. I wouldn't go in with my Rick talk, and I've been doing really good. Don't get me started, Shannon. I'm doing this for you. I've been quiet over here.
You see the hat says annoyed on it, y'all.
I feel like
I'm not against foreplay,
but you could skip it.
I don't need it done to me.
Yes,
that's all it is.
Right. I mean, and that's different from me because I for sure I feel like a lot of dudes feel the way Rick feels, where it's like, hey, they can just get right into it. For me personally, I need me some foreplay. Like, even if it's as much as like, just grab it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Play with it a little bit.
That's not foreplay.
What you mean?
You're just. I don't consider like me getting head or.
Oh, you don't consider head foreplay?
No, because she brings this up because she was talking about like nipple stuff and butthole stuff and toe stuff and all that.
I mean, no, I like that shit too.
I'm not against it. I was just saying I don't ever need it. Right. It's not like that doesn't enhance or take away from my experience.
Oh, okay.
I can just go straight to the penetration.
Okay, but okay, so we not counting grabbing my dick as foreplay?
I thought that is. Isn't
I
that
think
something?
I would call that core play. Like if you're
Can you please elaborate what core play means?
If I am interacting with like your primary sexual organs,
okay,
that would be core play.
Oh, so you're saying the foreplay is before the primary sexual organs?
Yes.
The lead up to
kissing, the neck and ears and
I mean,
nice.
Oh man, you too woke for me, bruh. Like,
I just learned something new today. It's like we're gonna write down core
because up until this point, I feel like every time we talk, like I would talk about going down on a chick, they would consider that foreplay. You feel me?
Yeah, I mean, you can. I think that's a bit dismissive because for some women that's their only method to orgasm.
Okay.
And so when you say it's foreplay, it sounds optional.
Okay.
And for some people, that's a mandatory part of what good sex includes.
Okay.
So I do agree that it's a kind of like the connotation, but I would like to shift that.
But
no,
so
that's a fair
more
point.
of leading up to that is what's considered foreplay. Because how do you just get into it? You just go, hey, what's up? Now you're down there.
I mean, depending on the situation.
Really?
Yeah.
Some girls like that, like as soon as you get there, but like you have to be like dating them. Not just
Okay.
like
Right, well, dating or just you are really good. That's the understanding. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like we've had like situations in the past where it's like you've discussed that's what it is, and as soon as you get there, y'all are just kind of talking. It's like, oh, how you been? Cool. All right, cool, cool. And then like she just, as you're like, look, how you been? How's your job and shit? Oh, cool. Y'all are getting dressed like, okay, cool. All right, then you put your face in there because y'all, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't really need to be anything beyond that.
Yeah.
It all depends.
It all depends.
Yeah.
It truly does depend. If you have a girl whose orgasms mostly through penetration or maybe just like pressure, like that works just fine. So some women can take up to 20 minutes to get fully aroused. And then again, not every sexual experience has to be the best one ever. There's degrees of this shit. And that's cool too.
Discussed that already.
I
I remember that discussion between these two.
Everything is a learning experience.
Yeah.
It's all fun. We're just learning from each other.
That's all.
That's all.
That's all.
We're just hanging out. I like the nipple shit too, man.
Oh, no. I really don't. That's unpopular. I'm like,
Statistically, it's 50-50.
Okay.
I'm similar. I don't really like
I
it
don't
either.
like that. Just stop doing it.
Really?
Just like, oh, that's great. Yeah, if anything, it's probably more of a visual thing for me. Knowing that that's what you like to do is cool. But if you're thinking that that's working for me, I'm more like, oh my
That's hard because you have great boobs. So I would imagine that would be something that would be like,
and it is something.
It is
that,
Touch them. Grab them. Touch them.
But I've dealt with partners that noticed I wasn't into it, so that I wasn't very good at playing into what they liked, and they kind of called me out. Like, so is this? You don't like this? I'm like, okay, sorry. I really don't. But there's other things that I do like. You can grab, but don't think
I like a jiggle.
Don't think that licking it is going to do anything for me, because it really doesn't. If anything, I'm just like, oh, that's cute. You like it. You feel like a baby.
You would prefer getting your titty jiggled over getting sucked?
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
Or grabbed.
Really?
Grip.
You saying jiggle your titty over sucking your titty?
100%.
What?
Yeah. The second is just more of a visual thing, I think, in my opinion. I enjoy looking at that. But as far as what it feels like to me, it does nothing. But if you grab, I'm more of a pressure.
Oh, like feel the pressure. Okay,
Pressure. So
I got
like
you.
soft touch, I don't. Again, we discussed. I'm not very sensitive. So grip, strength, anything a little bit more firm is where.
You'd be a prime candidate for nipple piercings, by the way.
Oh man, they
prime.
cute. I'm scared.
But they cute. Do it. And we'll do it on the show. We'll do it on the show.
No.
Okay, wow. Well, so like, I'm not gonna lie, my mind is high-key blown.
Yeah.
Because I knew that certain girls don't like their like nipple sucked or whatever, right? And to the point where, and that's why I feel like communication is so important. That's when you have the best sex, is when you're able to communicate with somebody, because you can be like, hey, do you enjoy this? Because I've definitely asked in the past, like, okay, I know some girls don't like ears. I know some girls don't like, me smacking on their neck or sucking on your nipples. Like, what do you like? What don't you like? Right? So, which is, when you have the random hookup one night stand situation, sometimes there's some pressure where it's like, we just gonna throw it all out there and see what happens.
Do a little bit of everything.
Trying shit. Like, did this work? Oh no, too far. Like, she is weird.
Right. So this whole for you youngins out there, or oldins even,
Jiggle a titty. You might get somewhere.
you might get some good results.
That's a great podcast title.
Jiggle a titty.
Jiggle the titty.
That's
Jiggling,
interesting.
baby, as soon as it starts.
I am mind blown. I am mind jiggled. Let me tell you, my mind is stimulated right now. That is crazy.
Look at it. You really like.
No, that's good.
Just like this.
You enjoy that?
Okay.
Yeah.
How's this for you, huh? How's this for you?
Wait, what if I do it like that?
She just like, yeah, get it.
And she just go.
Oh, this is amazing.
Damn, that's pretty cool. Okay, so let's ask you this before we kick you out. What would you say is the weirdest thing you enjoy in the freaky dicky bedroom area that like people might be surprised by?
Oh my gosh, what a pressure-filled question, by the way. Just
I know.
Simply as a final thought starter. I like doing things to my partner that give like a big reaction.
Okay.
So I like mouth to foot for me, for a dude. Like, I don't know if a lot of girls
Wait, you
enjoy
mean
it.
your mouth on his foot?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I like stuff like that. I like playing with dom and sub. So, I mean, I'm the kind of person that like there's nothing dirty about my partner to me
Right.
at all. Like nothing. And so that just can go in many different directions. Like there's nothing that's gross to me.
No, I've always felt that way. Especially when you're in a loving, real ass relationship. It's like at the end of the day, nothing's gross because
Everybody should have to answer that question, by the way. It shouldn't be just me.
I mean,
Nope.
this is just where the conversation went.
You're the guest.
It's
brought
about
up-
you today. Your
Yeah.
book, everything you're doing, foot in the mouth.
Look, you brought up titty jiggling, and that was the fucking weirdest shit I've ever heard. I'm not gonna
That
lie.
is not weird. though.
No,
I don't think it's weird.
I don't
at
think
all.
it's
No, not
It's just
weird.
I've never heard.
Yeah,
that.
not weird because I think it's strange. Weird because I've just never heard of it before. So that's why I was like, let me just pick your brain real shit.
But also, I just want to say for the record, a lot of dudes don't suck titties for y'all.
Right.
It's
Dudes
right.
just like sucking titties.
I think
That's,
everybody
that's
knows
what I
that.
thought it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm saying if from a visual, I get what you're doing, but I wasn't good at pretending like I liked it. I was just
Yeah.
like, can you do this? And I've definitely been told like, am I hurt? I've seen somebody kind of go, I've seen someone get uncomfortable before. Like, I don't want to hurt you. And you're like, yeah.
Wait, from what?
Well, pressure. A lot of the people that I've been with are big. Are big. I'm 5'9", so everybody else is like bigger guys, and they're worried about making hurting me. And I was like,
Oh.
oh, that's sweet. But there's definitely been times I was like, no, listen,
Yeah, slap me.
make me feel little.
Could you
Okay?
punch me in the titty? Squeeze it really hard.
You know
punch
what I
it,
mean?
please.
There's certain things that are like a no, but I've definitely like not been able to pretend like I like something. I've been like, whoa.
And that's I'm not mad at that. I feel like, yo, tell me if you don't like it rather than pretend and have me feeling dumb.
And I look up and catch this.
That's just that face of just,
You have never.
No, I think. Look,
I probably have to something I thought I was doing.
Yeah.
But have you?
Yeah.
But then have you ever done that when somebody was trying to do something to you?
Yeah,
Okay.
of course.
yeah.
And what was that?
I'm not gonna get into that.
I tried. You see me? I was like, I slid that one in there real quick. No, did it work?
I definitely looked up one time, and because I had Anchorman playing on the TV or whatever, I definitely looked up one time and just saw her watching Anchorman and feeling like, ah, man. All right, let me go in here.
Ain't your eyes supposed to be closed?
But to be
Grab
fair,
the remote. You're up.
no, but look, to be fair, Anchorman is a classic, and I don't blame her for paying attention. Shannon Boodram.
It's getting
weird.
harder and harder for you, I think. Now it's
Shannon
getting.
Boodram.
It's just Boodram. It's phonetically correct.
Boodram.
Boodram.
no,
Boodram.
I hate it.
Booty.
Is there? Would you have anything else you want to leave us with before
I
we go?
mean, we answered the question of what we like in the
True.
bedroom that's specific. So maybe I would like that from the two of you guys in the name of equality.
We don't
Something
have
in the
enough
bedroom
time.
that you would. I think we have a little bit of time. Yeah, we cut the other part
Just
out.
quick.
So we made some time up.
True.
Okay, I mean, I'm boring, so there is nothing weird that I like.
Rick.
Maybe the weirdest thing I like is like host stories. Like, tell me about some shit you used to do. I like that, but that's as weird as it gets.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
During
that
sex or before as like a foreplay?
During.
Oh.
Okay. So
Okay,
no,
that is interesting.
now. Okay. So
That's
no,
kind of cuckolding to an certain
a,
extent.
Yeah, I
a little
guess.
bit. Well, on the same
Okay.
token, okay, let me roll with this wave as well. Where of course I would never want to watch, like, actually see another dude like fucking my chick, right? But at the same time, there's definitely been times where like I've been jerking off, right? And like there's a couple porn stars that low key kind of resemble my chick, so it's like I'll sit there and I'll look up a video where like she's getting like that porn star is getting smashed by like two dudes, and I'll sit there and watch and beat off and be like, you bitch, I can't believe you would do that to me. Oh, you are disgusting. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching.
Wow.
Thanks for watching. I'm Timothy De La Ghetto.
I'm Ricky Shucks.
And I'm Nikki Blades.
This is Shannon Boodram. Thank you for coming through.
Damn.
Thank you for watching No Chaser Podcast. Watch, like, subscribe, all that shit. Bye.
Too funny.
And because I look like Chia, I know what porn stars those are. Shit. Because I get the like.
Yeah, there's a few of them.
The royal penis is clean, Your Highness.
Thank you. King shit.